Hello everybody, this is JD again. Today I'm going to read you something and then we're going to talk about some things. Amendment 14. All persons born or naturalized in the United States and is subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens of the United States and of the state wherein they reside. No state shall make or enforce any law which shall abridge the privileges or immunities of citizens of the United States, nor shall any state deprive any person of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, nor deny any person within its jurisdiction the equal protection of the law. The equal protection of the law. What does that say? Equal. Not special. That lady from the White House that tried to make this thing about the genders using the bathroom as a racist thing. No. The people of African descent fought for equal protection. Not special, not just for them, but equal. To be treated as everybody else. Not special interests. The gay community fought for marriage between two people of the same gender for equal privileges, not special privileges. They didn't say that we will have a special. They said, no, we want the same. We want to be treated equally. We do not want to be treated different. Equal means all will be treated equal, not special. Not so with these gender identity people. They're a special group who want special privileges. They want to be able to do things no one else is allowed to do. They don't want to be treated equal. They don't want to be treated like everybody else. They want special, which is against our Constitution. We cannot adhere to special interest groups within the federal government for any reason whatsoever. All must be equally treated. With that said, no one in the federal government in an elected position has the authority to go against the equality of our Constitution. No one. Not any congressman, not any senator, not any Supreme Court judge. They can rule, look, you must be treated equally, which means same as everybody else. Males use males' restroom. Females use females. That's equal. Everybody. Doesn't matter. Or everybody can use whatever they want. That's equal. Doesn't matter. But to say this one group can deviate from the equality for special cannot be done. That is against our Constitution. That is against the moral standards of this country. That is against everything our Constitution stands for. You must be treated equally, not special. With that said, what Obama released says that these people of transgender are a special group that must be treated specially. And he is using his position as the President of the United States to enforce an unequal, unfair privilege to a special group. Federal government should not even be involved. He has gone completely against the Constitution of the United States of America. Did he commit an impeachable offense with that statement? Using his office, his position, to give a special group special privileges over everybody else. It has to be one of two ways. everybody has to be treated equally, which means, one, the gender that your body is what you must do. Or anybody can use any restroom, any public restroom, any school restroom, any restroom they wish to use, no matter what gender they are. Any showers, after gym, anything. No longer separation between the male and the female. Or there is separation between the male and female, but it will be done equally. No special interest group whatsoever. By using his office to force an unconstitutional act completely against the 14th Amendment, because no longer is everyone having the equal treatment. See, people try to make this what it's not. They're trying to make it something else. And understand, people, that when the government starts swaying with one special interest group to another special interest group to another special interest group, no, it can't be done. That government will fail and eventually collapse. But when one special interest group says, I want to be treated equal, like, for example, the gay community wanting the privilege of marriage, equal. They didn't ask for a special one. They didn't ask for special laws to protect them. They didn't ask for anything more than to be treated like everybody else, equally. The blacks are still struggling to be treated, black or African American, actually a lot of different groups are struggling to be treated equally by the federal government. But equal is not special. Equal is the same. Whatever the treatment is, if it's equally applied, then it's constitutional. Whatever the decision is, as long as it's equally applied, it's constitutional. When it's applied to a special group, a special interest, it is no longer equal and therefore cannot be enforced by our Constitution. And no one in the federal office position is permitted, according to the Constitution, to pick out a special group and give them special privileges. So, did Obama commit an impeachable offense by using the office of the President of the United States to enforce an unequal treatment to a special group over everybody else? If he did, then he went against the Constitution. And if he did, that's unconstitutional. That's a decision our Senate has to make and our Congress. Personally, I feel it should go exactly as the 14th Amendment says, equal. I have no problems with saying transgender people who have problems associating with who they are can use the restroom of their choice. But then it must also say, not just transgender, any person who wishes to use the restroom of their choice has that privilege. All equally applied. Not special. Not one over the other. So the law has to go one of two ways. Equally applied, that the sex you're born with is the restrooms you use, or doesn't matter, use the restroom of your choice. Hey, think of the sporting events for the ladies, how it'll help them a lot. I mean, how many times you've been to a sporting event and you go to the restroom, us guys, and then we go and say, whoo, we're glad we're not a woman. There's a long line sitting out there just waiting, and you go to the men's and there's nobody there. You walk in, there's nobody. I mean, they're in and out, in and out. I bet those women would love to go in and use those stalls in there that nobody's in. So there is some pluses to it. Say, no, we're not going to have men-women restrooms no more. Everything's going to be a restroom. Also, look at the advantages that would have in the Navy. All the heads or bathrooms can now be used by either or. The women and the men of the squadron could be now sleeping in the same area. You see? There's a lot of advantages to saying all can use whatever. But there's also a lot of disadvantages. And that is the moral codes, the moral backbone of this nation. Are we willing to give up our moral standards to ensure that everyone is treated equal beyond what is reasonable? That's what you got to think about, people. But at no time can we allow our federal government to pick out a special interest group and give them special treatment for whatever reason they choose. They have not that authority in accordance with our Constitution. And our Constitution must be enforced. Equal is equal. It means the same. No difference. And the federal government, in the eyes of the federal government, we all are equal. Not special.
Okay, you got any graduation cards?
Not special interest groups. Nothing. Thank you for your time. This is JD.